Picture this. It's late, you're scrolling, and you see creators living their dreams on YouTube. That spark hits. What if you started your own channel? Excitement builds, but reality hits. Your bank balance isn't exactly inspiring. The biggest roadblock? Believing you need money or fancy gear to start. But what if your phone and your current messy reality are all you need? What if being broke isn't a weakness, but your most relatable strength? Let's break down those mental barriers and turn your story into your superpower. Ready? Let's transform broke and clueless into your channel's foundation. Launching a YouTube channel when you're broke sounds wild, right? You see polished creators and think, that's not for me. But this channel exists because I get it, none of us have it all figured out. We're in this together, step by step, stumbles and all. This guide is your no-fluff roadmap to sharing your story without spending a penny. We'll break down how to start from scratch, sharing your money-saving wins and side hustle experiments. You don't need to be an expert, just an explorer inviting others along. Let's make your broke escape plan public and inspiring. The biggest hurdle? Feeling clueless. You wonder, what could I possibly share? Or, isn't this space too crowded? Here's the truth. Your unique perspective is your niche. Your struggles, small wins, and first-time side hustles are pure content gold. People crave realness, not perfection. You don't need credentials. Just honesty and a willingness to figure things out on camera. Being a beginner is powerful and relatable. Who better to share advice than someone living the struggle right now? Doubts whisper that your story isn't interesting or original. But your journey, your broke escape plan, is your niche. Real-time struggles and small victories are what people connect with. You don't need to be a financial expert. Being in the thick of it is your strength. Your unique experiences and goals set you apart. Sharing your authentic journey draws people in. They'll see themselves in you. Your current situation isn't a limitation. It's what makes your content resonate. Your story is your superpower. So, your journey is your niche. Now let's turn it into video ideas. Grab your phone or a notepad and brainstorm everything about your money journey. What are you learning? What tips have helped? What side hustles are you trying? No idea is too small. These are your future videos. List your biggest financial headaches. Each is a potential video series. Group ideas into categories like frugal food or side hustle experiments. Your list becomes a living document, growing as you do. This is how you build endless, authentic content. Forget the pressure to be an expert. Instead, be a fellow learner. Your channel is about discovery, not perfection. Honest titles like My First Week Meal Prepping on a Budget are more relatable than The Ultimate Guide. Vulnerability builds trust and community. Your real-life experiments become your content calendar. Just share your escape plan, one video at a time. Don't chase perfection. Focus on being real and curious. Ask yourself, what am I figuring out right now? That's your next video. Now, let's get right into the practical side of things and tackle the broke part of the equation head on. This is the area where most potential creators believe they need to drop hundreds, perhaps even thousands of pounds on shiny new equipment. I am here to tell you that this is simply not true. Let's just bust that expensive myth wide open, right here, right now. The most powerful tool you need to start your YouTube channel is very likely already in your pocket or sitting on the table next to you. Your modern smartphone is more than capable of being your entire production studio, all rolled into one convenient device. That little rectangle you use for scrolling, texting, and watching videos is an incredible piece of technology. The cameras on most phones today are genuinely amazing and can shoot high-quality video that is perfect for YouTube. You do not need to worry about creating 4K cinematic epics that look like they belong in a Hollywood film. Your primary goal is to capture clear, well-lit, and watchable footage, and your phone can absolutely deliver that. Forget the gear envy and the misleading idea that a better camera automatically makes a better video. It is the story that matters most, not the price tag of the equipment filming it. To get the best results from your phone, there are a few very simple but crucial tips to remember. First, and this is non-negotiable for standard YouTube videos, always film horizontally. Turn your phone on its side so you are recording in landscape mode. Vertical videos are fantastic for shorts, TikTok, or Instagram Reels. But for your main channel content, you need that wide format that fills a computer screen or television. It is a small habit to build, but it makes a huge difference to the professional look of your final video, instantly making it feel more like proper YouTube content. Finally, let's talk about stability and clarity. Before you hit record, take a moment to give the camera lens a gentle wipe with a soft cloth. A simple fingerprint or a smudge of dust can make your entire video look blurry and low quality, and it is the easiest fix in the world. Secondly, keep your phone as steady as possible. You can achieve this by simply propping it up against a stack of books or a mug. If you have a couple of quid to spare down the line, a cheap phone tripod is a great investment, but it is by no means essential to begin. A steady shot looks intentional and is much more pleasant for your audience to watch. If there is one secret ingredient that can instantly make your phone footage look 10 times better, it is good lighting. In fact, lighting is significantly more important than the quality of your camera. A budget phone filmed in beautiful light will always look better than an expensive camera filmed in a dark, gloomy room. The fantastic news is that the best light source available to you is completely 100% free. I'm talking, of course, about natural daylight pouring through a window. This is your absolute best friend when it comes to creating clean, professional-looking videos without spending a single penny. The key to using natural light effectively is all about positioning. You want to set yourself up so that you are facing the window. This allows that lovely, soft light to illuminate your face, making you look clear and bright. If the window is directly behind you, your phone's camera will struggle. It will expose for the bright light outside, turning you into a dark, mysterious silhouette. While that might be a cool effect for an artistic film, it is not ideal when you're trying to connect with an audience and share your budgeting tips. So, always remember, face your light source. Of course, the great British weather is not always cooperative, and you might find yourself needing to film on a grey day or in the evening when the sun has gone down. Do not worry, you do not need to rush out and buy expensive studio lights. Just take a look around your home and use the lamps you already own. You can get creative here. Try moving a desk lamp or a floor lamp around to see what works best. The goal is to get a nice, even light on your face and avoid harsh shadows, which can often be cast by a single, strong overhead ceiling light. Experimentation is key. Before you film your full video, do a few short test recordings. Move a lamp from one side to the other. Try bouncing the light off a white wall to make it softer. See what happens when you have a light source slightly to your side rather than directly in front. It might take you 5 or 10 minutes to find a setup that works in your space, but that small investment of time will pay huge dividends in the final quality of your video. You can create a fantastic lighting setup with zero budget, just a little bit of creative problem solving. We have covered how to make your videos look good, but now let's talk about something that is arguably even more critical: audio. You might be surprised to learn that viewers are often more forgiving of slightly imperfect video quality than they are of bad audio. If they cannot hear you clearly, if your voice is muffled, or if there is a distracting background noise, they will click away from your video faster than you can say, "Please subscribe." Ensuring your audience can hear your message clearly is paramount, and thankfully, you can achieve this without buying an external microphone. Your phone's built-in microphone can actually do a surprisingly decent job, as long as you know how to work with its limitations. The most important rule is to reduce the distance between you and your phone. The further away you are, the more your voice will sound distant and echoey, and the more the microphone will pick up every other sound in the room. By simply sitting closer to your phone, say, at a desk with the phone propped up in front of you, you will get a much clearer, more direct vocal sound. Proximity is your friend when it comes to free audio enhancement. The next step is to create a quiet recording environment. This might sound obvious, but it is amazing what our brains tune out in everyday life that a microphone will pick up. Before you hit record, do a quick audit of your space. Turn off the television in the other room, shut down any noisy computer fans, close the windows to block out traffic noise, and pause the washing machine. Aim to record at the quietest time of day possible for your household. A few moments of intentional silence before you begin can save you a massive headache in the editing process later on. Finally, you can easily improve your sound quality by thinking about the surfaces in your room. Hard surfaces like wooden floors and bare walls cause sound to bounce around, creating an echo that can make your audio sound unprofessional. Soft things, on the other hand, are your secret weapon because they absorb sound. Recording in a room with carpets, curtains, cushions, and sofas will instantly make your audio sound cleaner and more intimate. Even something as simple as recording in a bedroom full of clothes or throwing a thick blanket over a nearby chair can make a noticeable difference. You are essentially creating a mini makeshift sound booth for free. Once you have filmed your video, you need to piece it all together. The thought of video editing can be intimidating, and many people assume it requires expensive and complicated software like Adobe Premiere Pro or Final Cut Pro. This could not be further from the truth. The world of free software is vast and incredibly powerful, offering more than enough features to get your YouTube channel off the ground and looking great. You absolutely do not need to spend any money here. A fantastic, user-friendly and popular option is CapCut, which is available for free on both desktop and mobile. CapCut is a brilliant starting point because it balances ease of use with a surprisingly rich feature set. You can easily trim out mistakes, add text overlays to highlight key points, and even add simple transitions between clips. It is the perfect tool for mastering the basics of editing. If you think you might want to get more serious about video editing in the future, you could also look at DaVinci Resolve. It is a professional-grade editing suite that has an astonishingly powerful free version. It has a steeper learning curve, but it is an amazing tool to grow into, and the free version has more than enough power for 99% of YouTubers. Beyond editing your video, you also need to create a compelling thumbnail. Your thumbnail is like the cover of a book. It is the single most important element in convincing someone to click on your video instead of someone else's. Again, you do not need fancy software like Photoshop. A free online graphic design tool called Canva is the go-to choice for millions of creators. It is incredibly intuitive, with a simple drag-and-drop interface and thousands of free templates, fonts, and images specifically designed for YouTube thumbnails. You can create something eye-catching in just a few minutes, even with zero design experience. To begin with, keep your editing and design simple. For your videos, focus on the basics, cutting out the long pauses and mistakes, ensuring the volume is consistent, and perhaps adding some copyright-free background music from the YouTube audio library to add a bit of polish. For your thumbnails, focus on clarity. Use large, bold text that is easy to read, a clear and high-quality image, and colors that stand out. Mastering these free tools will empower you to produce high-quality content that looks and sounds professional, all without ever having to open your wallet. Okay, so you have embraced your clueless but learning fast niche, and you are fully equipped with your zero-budget starter kit. Now we arrive at the moment of truth. How do you actually do it? This is the point where theory meets practice, and it is where the feeling of overwhelm can really start to creep in. The key is to break it down into simple, totally manageable steps. Let's start with planning your video. Forget any ideas about needing a 20-page word-for-word script. Especially when you are just starting, a more natural conversational style is far more engaging and much less stressful for you to create. Your new best friend in the planning process is the humble bullet point. For a straightforward talking head video, where you are sharing your latest money-saving discoveries, all you need is a short list of the main ideas you want to cover. Think of it as a roadmap to keep you on track, not a rigid script that will make you sound robotic. For example, if your video is about your first attempt at a no-spend week, your bullet points might be: first, why I decided to do it. Second, the rules I set for myself. Third, the hardest part. And fourth, what I learned and saved. Every video you make, no matter how simple, should have a basic structure, a beginning, a middle, and an end. For the beginning, think about your hook. What can you say in the first 10 to 15 seconds that will grab your viewers' attention and make them want to stick around? The middle is your main content, your bullet points, where you deliver the core value of the video. The end is your outro and your call to action. This is where you summarize your points and tell your viewers what you would like them to do next, such as liking the video, subscribing to your channel, or leaving a comment. This entire plan can live on a single page in your notebook or in the Notes app on your phone. The goal is to keep it simple and functional. Overplanning can lead to paralysis, where you spend so much time perfecting the script that you never get around to actually filming. By using a simple bullet point system, you give yourself the freedom to be spontaneous and let your personality shine through, while still ensuring you cover all the important points you wanted to make. This is the most efficient and least intimidating way to plan your content. With your simple plan in hand, it is time to hit record. We have already touched on some of the technical aspects, but it is worth reinforcing a few key practices that will make the filming process smooth and the final result much better. First and foremost, stability is absolutely crucial. A shaky, handheld video can be distracting and look unprofessional. You do not need a tripod. Prop your phone up securely against a stack of books, a coffee mug, or a plant pot. Anything that holds it steady will work. This simple action instantly elevates the quality of your shot. Next, think about how you frame yourself in the shot. A good rule of thumb for a talking head video is a medium close-up, which generally means your head and upper shoulders are visible. This feels personal and allows viewers to see your expressions clearly. When you speak, try your best to look directly into the small camera lens on your phone, not at your own face on the screen. It feels a little strange at first, but it creates the effect of direct eye contact with your viewer, which builds a much stronger and more personal connection. Before you launch into filming your entire video, always do a quick test recording. Record for about 20 seconds, saying a few lines, and then play it back. Check two things: your audio and your lighting. Is your voice loud and clear? Can you hear any distracting background noises like a humming fridge or distant traffic? Does the light look good on your face? Taking 1 minute to do this check can save you from the heartache of filming a brilliant 10-minute video only to realize the audio is unusable, or you are sitting completely in shadow. Finally, just go for it. Give yourself permission for it not to be perfect. Your first take might feel awkward. You might stumble over your words or forget what you wanted to say. That is completely normal. Just keep the camera rolling. You can always edit out the flubs and long pauses later. The main goal is to get the content recorded. The more you practice talking to the camera, the more comfortable and natural you will become. Don't aim for perfection, aim for completion. Just get that first video in the can. You have successfully filmed your video. Now it's time to polish it up in the editing stage. Let's assume you have chosen a free and user-friendly program like CapCut. The first step is to import your video clips from your phone into the software. Now, you will see your video laid out on a timeline. Your first job is simply to watch through it from beginning to end. As you watch, make mental notes of the parts you want to remove. The most obvious things to cut are the moments at the beginning and end before you start and after you finish speaking. Next, it is time for the rough cut. Go through the timeline and chop out any big mistakes, moments where you coughed or sneezed, or those super long pauses where you were gathering your thoughts. Do not be afraid to make jump cuts, where you cut from one part of a sentence directly to another part. This is a very common editing style on YouTube. It keeps the energy high and the pace moving, which helps to hold the viewer's attention. Your goal is to trim the fat and leave only the good stuff, creating a tighter, more watchable video. Once your main cuts are done, you can add a little bit of polish. This is where you might add simple text on screen to highlight a key tip or a number you mentioned. For example, if you say you saved £25, having £25 saved. Pop up on screen can reinforce your point visually. You might also want to add some background music. The YouTube audio library is a fantastic resource for this, offering thousands of free tracks you can use without worrying about copyright strikes. Just remember to keep the music volume low, so it sits gently in the background and does not overpower your voice. Finally, when you are happy with your edit, it is time to export the video. This process combines all your clips, cuts, text, and music into a single video file. Most editing software will have preset export settings for YouTube. A resolution of 1080p is a fantastic high-definition standard that will look great on the platform. The editing process might seem complex at first, but by focusing on these simple steps, trimming mistakes, adding basic text, and including quiet music, you can create a professional-looking video with minimal stress. Alright, this is the final hurdle: getting your channel set up and sharing your video with the world. Honestly, this part is surprisingly quick and straightforward. If you do not already have one, you will need to create a free Google account, which is your key to the entire YouTube ecosystem. Once you are signed into YouTube, you simply click on your profile icon in the top right corner and select Create a Channel. You will be prompted to choose your channel name, maybe Broke Escape Plan, or whatever brilliant name you have chosen, and upload a profile picture. Before you upload, take a few minutes to add some basic branding. Your profile picture should be a clear photo of you or a simple logo that is easily recognizable, even when it is small. Your channel banner, which is the large image at the top of your page, can be easily created in Canva using their templates. Use it to tell visitors what your channel is about in a visual way. Lastly, write a short paragraph for your About section. Explain who you are, what your channel is about, and who it is for, making sure to include keywords like budgeting, saving money, and side hustles. Now, for the grand finale, the upload. Click the Create button on YouTube and select Upload Video. The first thing you will work on is the title. Make it clear, intriguing, and searchable. A title like How I Started My YouTube Channel with £0 is great, because it tells the viewer exactly what to expect and uses terms people are likely to search for. Next, write a detailed description. Expand on your title, explain what viewers will learn, and add any relevant links. This is valuable real estate for telling YouTube's algorithm what your video is about. Finally, you will upload your custom thumbnail and add tags. Tags are more keywords that describe your video's content, like how to start YouTube, YouTube on a budget, and beginner YouTuber. Go through the remaining settings, such as confirming your video is not made for children, and then you have a choice. You can publish it immediately, schedule it for a later time, or set it as unlisted if you want to share it with friends first. Once you are ready, hit that publish button. You have officially done it. You have gone from idea to upload and are now a YouTube creator. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking after hearing all of these steps. This sounds like a considerable amount of work, especially when you are already feeling financially stretched and perhaps a little short on time and energy. It is a fair point. So, the big question that hangs in the air is, why even bother with all of this? Why add another task to your already full plate? The answer is simple but profound, because this YouTube channel is not just another item on your to-do list. It is an active and integral part of your broke escape plan itself, a tool for change. Every single video you manage to create, no matter how simple or imperfect you think it is, represents a step forward. Every new skill you pick up along the way, whether it is learning the basics of editing, figuring out how to frame a decent shot, or just getting more comfortable talking to a camera, is a tangible asset you are building for yourself. Each person you connect with in the comments section who shares a similar struggle is a reminder that you are not on this journey alone. This channel transforms your private financial goals into a dynamic public project that has momentum and purpose. Sharing your journey publicly does a few incredibly powerful things for you personally. First and foremost, it genuinely helps other people. You might not feel like an expert, but your real-world experiences are invaluable. There are so many people out there feeling just as broke and clueless as you might be feeling right now. Your honest struggles, your hard-earned tips, and your small victories can provide them with practical advice, a much-needed dose of hope, and that wonderful feeling of, hey, I'm not the only one going through this. You become a source of genuine, relatable support. Perhaps one of the most significant benefits is how it keeps you accountable, but in a positive and encouraging way. When you publicly declare that you are going to try and stick to a new budget, or that you are going to test out a specific side hustle idea, you create a gentle pressure to actually follow through. It is not about fear of failure, but about the motivation that comes from knowing people are watching and cheering you on. Your burgeoning audience becomes your support system, your cheerleading squad, and your accountability partners, all rolled into one, pushing you to keep going even when it gets tough. Beyond the immediate benefits of accountability and helping others, starting this channel is a fantastic way to develop a whole host of new skills without even realizing it. You will be absolutely shocked at how quickly you learn and grow when you are consistently creating content. You are not just learning how to make videos, you are learning how to communicate effectively, how to structure a narrative, how to research and present information, and even the basics of digital marketing and branding. These are not just YouTube skills. They are highly valuable and transferable life skills that can benefit you in any career path you choose. Do not let the fear of what other people might think hold you back from this opportunity for growth. Yes, putting yourself out there online, even in a small way, can feel incredibly vulnerable and a bit scary at first. You might worry about judgment from friends, family, or strangers. But the potential for personal development, for building community, and for making a genuine difference in someone else's day is so much bigger than that initial fear. Remember, your so-called imperfections and your learning as I go style are not weaknesses. They are precisely what will make you trustworthy and relatable to your audience. This journey is not about pretending to be some flawless financial guru. It is about being a fellow traveler on the road to figuring things out. It's about sharing the map as you draw it. This authenticity is what will attract people to your channel and make them want to stay. And as you continue on this path, you truly never know where it might lead. What starts as a simple project to document your escape plan could evolve into something much more significant. The journey itself can create unexpected and exciting new possibilities that you cannot even foresee right now. As your channel slowly but surely begins to grow, real opportunities for monetization can start to appear on the horizon. This could be through YouTube's partner program with ad revenue, through affiliate marketing, where you earn a small commission for recommending products you genuinely use and love, or even by creating and selling your own simple digital products, like budget templates or side hustle checklists. Your channel, which began as a way to document your plan to escape being broke, could eventually become a key part of the plan itself, generating a new income stream and opening doors you never knew existed. So after all is said and done, what is the single most important takeaway from all of this? It is that starting a YouTube channel when you feel broke and utterly clueless is not about having an arsenal of fancy gadgets or possessing all the answers before you begin. It is not about waiting for the perfect moment when your bank account is healthier or your life feels more sorted. It is simply about having a story that you want to share with the world, a personal journey you wish to document, and finding the courage to just press the record button using the powerful tools you already have at your disposal. Let's quickly recap the fundamental principles we have covered. First, your unique journey, with all its imperfections and real-world challenges, is your niche. You do not need to invent something new. You just need to share something true to you. Second, your smartphone, combined with the wealth of brilliant and free software available online, is your complete starter kit. The financial barrier to entry is officially zero. And third, the path to progress is not paved with grand, complicated strategies, but with simple, consistent action. This is how you build momentum and move forward, one video at a time. You genuinely do not need anyone else's permission to start sharing your voice, and you most definitely do not need a bigger bank balance to begin this adventure. This is your official, personal invitation to stop dreaming about it and to start doing it. This is your call to action to begin your very own Broke Escape Plan channel today. Take that small, perhaps slightly shaky leap of faith. Turn the camera on, share your story, and in doing so, you will undoubtedly inspire some other people who are standing exactly where you are right now, wondering if they can do it too. The process itself is the reward. You will learn, you will grow, and you will connect with people in ways you cannot yet imagine. The fear of not being good enough is the biggest hurdle, but it is one you overcome not by waiting, but by starting. Let's figure out this whole YouTube thing, and perhaps even this whole money thing, together. Thank you so much for watching and for spending this time with me, and I honestly cannot wait to see what brilliant things you are going to create. Your story matters, and it is time to start telling it. Remember, the goal here is not to become a flawless, polished YouTuber overnight. The real objective is to start documenting, to start sharing, and to start learning. The very act of creating is what builds confidence. The act of publishing is what builds a community. Your initial videos will likely not be your best work, and that is more than okay. In fact, it is a sign that you are on the right track. Every successful creator has a library of early, slightly cringy videos they can look back on. Those videos are not failures. They are the essential first steps on a much longer and more rewarding path. Think of your channel as a living diary of your progress. In a year's time, you will be able to look back at your first video and see just how far you have come. You will see how your on-camera presence has improved, how your editing has become sharper, and how your understanding of your own financial journey has deepened. This visible, documented growth is not only incredibly motivating for you, but it is also profoundly inspiring for your audience, especially for the new viewers who are just discovering your channel and starting from where you were. They see your progress and realize that they can achieve it too. This journey of content creation will change you in unexpected ways. It will force you to be more intentional about your goals, more reflective about your habits, and more articulate about your experiences. It is a powerful tool for self-development disguised as a creative hobby. By teaching what you're learning, you solidify that knowledge for yourself. By sharing your struggles, you gain perspective and resilience. The channel becomes a positive feedback loop that accelerates your personal growth right alongside your view count. The destination is not some arbitrary subscriber milestone. It is the person you become along the way. To help you take that very next step, Our next video is going to be a super practical hands-on workshop. We're going to dive deep into brainstorming your first 5 video ideas, specifically tailored for a money-saving or side hustle channel, so you have a clear content plan to get you started. We will cover how to turn one simple idea into multiple videos, and how to craft titles that grab attention. It is the perfect follow-up to get your momentum going, so you definitely will not want to miss that one. For now, take a deep breath, open the Notes app on your phone, and write down one idea. Just one. That is how it begins.